What happens when someone who embodies pure, unshakable energy vanishes in the very place they live to conquer? That's the haunting question that lingers after the story of Arran Strong, a surfer who seemed to exist in a constant state of motion, both physically and spiritually. I've watched countless surfers chase waves, but Arran felt different. He wasn't just riding the ocean, he was conversing with it, as if the water itself bent to his rhythm. And then, one day, he disappeared in the same sea he worshipped. It's almost poetic, isn't it? The ocean takes what it loves most, but the tragedy isn't just in the loss, it's in how quickly the world forgot to breathe when he was gone. Let me tell you, the details of that fateful day are almost too much to process. Jose Maria Pirate, a seasoned paddler, recounts how he left Arran behind, only to find his board floating alone in the distance. The man who'd once described Arran as like a son now faces the cruel irony of being the one who couldn't save him. But here's what really gets me. Pirate didn't just search for a body. He searched for a presence. He spent hours in that murky water, diving again and again, because he knew Arran wasn't just a person, he was a force of nature. And forces of nature don't just vanish without a trace. They leave echoes, right? Like the way the ocean still hums with his energy today. Now, let's talk about the medical stuff. Arran had a rare genetic condition, alpha-1 antitrypsin deficiency, and epilepsy. These weren't just obstacles, they were fuel. I mean, how many people would take a diagnosis like that and turn it into a reason to push harder, to live more intensely? Arran didn't see his body as a limitation. He saw it as a challenge. That's what makes his story so damn tragic. Imagine carrying that weight, knowing your time might be shorter, and still choosing to sprint toward every wave like it was your last. It's not just bravery, it's defiance. Against fate itself. But here's the thing, the surfing community didn't just mourn Arran, they were transformed by him. Laura Crane, who knew him well, says he had this sixth sense for when people needed a lifeline. I've seen that kind of energy before, but rarely in someone so unassuming. He didn't need to be loud or flashy. He just showed up, with that classic accent and that grin, and suddenly the world felt lighter. And now we're left with a void that no amount of tributes can fill. But his friends aren't just remembering him, they're carrying his fire. Miguel Blanco calls him a special human, and I believe that. Arran didn't just surf, he connected with people in a way that made them better versions of themselves. And then there's the final, almost cruel twist. The documentary he'd been working on for years was finished the day he disappeared. That's not just a coincidence, it's a punch to the gut. He poured his soul into that project, and now it's a monument to a man who never stopped moving forward. I can't help but wonder what he'd have done next. Would he have surfed bigger waves? Would he have inspired 1,000 more souls to chase their dreams? We'll never know. But here's what I do know, the ocean doesn't forget. And neither will the people who felt his presence, even if just for a moment. So, what does this say about us? About how we define legacy? Arran didn't leave behind a fortune or a trophy. He left behind a ripple effect, a reminder that life isn't about how long you live, but how fiercely you live it. And maybe that's the greatest lesson of all. Because in the end, the waves keep coming. And so do we. But we'll always carry a piece of Arran with us, surfing through the chaos, refusing to slow down.